guys, it's Miss Christina from the Frog Room. Today's story was inspired by Easter being just around the corner, so I thought I'd share a little Easter story with you. Our story is called The Grumpy Bunny Goes to School. It's written by Justine Korman and illustrated by Lucinda McQueen. Hopper woke up to a perfect September day. Orange and golden leaves twirled in the fresh fall breeze. The sky was a bright, clear blue, but Hopper felt grumpy. In fact, the grumpy bunny was even grumpier than usual because today was the first day of school. Once again, Hopper would be helping Mrs. Clover teach the Kinder Bunny class at Easter Bunny Elementary School. That was where young bunnies went to learn how to be Easter bunnies. The new bunnies were always very excited, but to Hopper, school was just the same old ho-hum, humdrum thing. First, the bunnies would gather around the great tree while the chief of all Easter bunnies, Sir Brian the Great Hare, would lead them in the Easter Bunny Pledge. Making treats with care and art, bringing love to every heart, spreading sunshine every day. That's the Easter Bunny way. Then all of the eager, scared, happy young bunnies would hop off to their classes. Mrs. Clover always started the day with egg coloring. She taught the same patterns every year, straight lines and flowers, all just so. And then came the marshmallow puffing and basket weaving. The 3-carrot snack would be followed by a nap, and then hip-hoppity drills, wheelbarrow practice, and finally, treat hiding. Sounds like a fun-filled day for an Easter bunny. Hopper sighed. It was time to go. In fact, the first school bunnies were already gathered around the great tree as Hopper dragged himself up the path to school. His poor feet felt very tired. How will I ever get through all of those boring hippity-hop drills? He wondered miserably. Hopper reached the great tree just as the school bunnies were finishing the pledge. He put his paw over his heart and muttered, "Spreading sunshine, and all the ho-hum-hum-drum." Suddenly, Hopper realized Sir Brian was looking right at him. I'm sorry I was late," Hopper began. But Sir Brian said, "No time for that now. You've got a class to teach. Mrs. Clover is sick. You're on your own today." Hopper's ears flew up in surprise. "What? That's not fair," he began to complain. And then Hopper had an idea. "Well, perhaps I could get somebody else," Sir Brian began. But Hopper shook his head. No, never mind, sir. I'll be fine." And he hopped off before the great hare could wonder why the grumpy bunny wasn't being grumpy anymore. Hopper hopped towards the Kinder Bunny room. "Today I can do things my way," he thought happily. And that's just what Hopper did. First he painted the craziest looking egg anyone had ever seen. Then Hopper told the Kinder Bunnies, "Paint your eggs however you want. Just make them as pretty as you can." The Kinder Bunnies went far beyond stripes and flowers. They painted designs Hopper had never even imagined. There were star-spangled eggs, rainbow eggs, and eggs with leopard-printed spots. One even grinned like a bright orange jack-o'-lantern. Hopper didn't hand out patterns for the baskets. Instead, he just gave the Kinder Bunnies pieces of straw and said, "Weave the baskets however you want. The color and shapes are up to you. Just make them as beautiful as you can." Wow, we got a chicken and a dinosaur. Looks like a flower, a carrot. That's kind of cool. When it was time for the marshmallow puffing, Hopper didn't make the usual speech about being careful not to puff too much. He decided to let the Kinder Bunnies find out for themselves. Puff, puff. They puffed up their cheeks till one little bunny named Peter puffed too much, and poof! Marshmallows went flying everywhere. "Let's all do that!" the other bunnies shrieked happily. All right," Hopper said. "But see if you can tell exactly when the chick is about to explode. That way you've learned how much puffing is too much puffing." That's a big sticky mess. A few minutes later, Hopper asked the sticky bunnies to gather together. "You all know how to hippity-hop," he began. "Now try to hippity-hop, because once you can hippity-hop, hippity-hopping is a snap." "It's hard," a Kinder Bunny named Daisy said. "No, it's fun," cried his friend Floppy. When the bunnies were tired of hopping and hippiting, Hopper said, "Every Easter bunny must learn to push a wheelbarrow filled with treats. We could march our wheelbarrows back and forth across the room, or we could have a race." The Kinder Bunnies cheered. Soon they were all racing around the room, laughing with glee. Just then Sir Brian appeared. "What's all of this noise?" shouted the great hare. Every bunny fell silent. Hopper's ears dropped and his stomach flip-flopped. The nervous bunny stammered. "We were having a wheelbarrow race," shouted Flopsy. One looked at Sir Bunny's angry face, and Hopper knew he was in deep trouble. He looked down at his sore feet and wished he had never gotten out of bed. Sir Bunny looked around the marshmallow-stewed room. "What's all of this mess?" he asked. Hopper didn't know what to say. We made our chicks so puffy that they exploded," Peter cried. "Pawoof!" he added, puffing up his furry little cheeks. Hopper groaned. Ugh! This day was getting worse by the moment, and then Sir Brian spotted the eggs drying on the window sills. "And what happened here? Did you forget how to tell them proper painting patterns?" Daisy said, "Hopper let us paint it whatever we wanted. It was so much fun." "I see," said the great hare. And then he stared at the eggs. "Some of those are actually quite pretty." Hopper's ears lifted. Had he heard Sir Brian right? "Tradition is good, but there's always room for new ideas," the great hare declared. "A wheelbarrow race might help improve their skills," said the bunnies. And the bunnies certainly seemed to enjoy it. "And perhaps letting the bunnies explode a few marshmallows is the best way to teach them when to stop puffing," the great hare added. Hopper's jaw dropped. Sir Bunny clapped them back together. "You'll make a fine teacher one day, Hopper. In the future, though, I hope you'll bring your ideas to me first." Hopper nodded eagerly. He still couldn't quite believe that he wasn't in trouble. "Of course, you'll have to clean up this mess," the great hare said. Hopper's heart sank. It would take him all afternoon to clean up this sticky room. When Daisy said, "We'll help you, Hopper." "Yes," Flopsy cried. "You're our favorite teacher. Even cleaning up will be fun with you," Peter declared. And to Hopper's amazement, it was. Hopper hippity-hopped all the way home. He was so happy that even his sore feet felt good. Back in his burrow, Hopper decided, "Tomorrow I'll ask Sir Brian if I can teach jelly bean juggling." He couldn't wait to go back to school the next day. In fact, from that day on, Hopper was not ever grumpy about going to school again. The end. I hope you enjoyed our story. So what kind of fun things are you going to do for Easter? Will you decorate your eggs? Or will the Easter Bunny provide everything you need? Drop us a line. Leave a comment in the post and let us know how your Easter went.